Good evening and welcome everybody. It is unbelievable to see you all. Thank you for tuning in. I'm incredibly excited and I really feel that we're doing what we can do silently but incredibly powerfully. And to have our quantum devices at this time and point in human evolution it's just amazing. Because we can operate from the true source. In other words, we don't have to worry about whether it's this side or that side or backing or what this side says or what that side says. It's just quantum. It's the morphogenic field. It's humanity. And all these bits and pieces and fragments and who said and she said and they did it and they didn't do it. We've all got mixtures of each other's DNAs and we're all humanity. So for me, it's just the best of the best worlds, so that we can actually boost and raise humanity's immunity to COVID, reduce deaths, and we speak about COVID in the biggest, broadest sense as well, because there's a lot going on, and we are in the privileged position where we can be witnesses, and we can measure and gauge and track and validate the progress of humanity. So I spoke to Daisy about all of this and she said, that's fine, let's do it twice a week, because I noticed that the week before we got all the numbers up tops on the VAHOPE and the risk factors looked good, the shaping function, the emotions, everything looked good. But then I noticed after a week there was a massive drop off. So in order to keep the values up, we need all of us. That's people with devices and people without devices, because it's all consciousness. And the intentions are pure, so that's just perfect. So we need to have a bi-weekly kind of injection so that we can have this laser strike intention to raise humanity's immunity to COVID. And as I said, boy, oh boy, are we seeing things happening. The truth is just coming through. It's becoming more and more powerful. I think on a daily basis, we're seeing more and more getting revealed. And we haven't, and we're not really seeing many defense video clips. We're seeing a couple of political ones, but no one's really defending what they're doing. And we're finding, and I'm not sure if they're absolutely true, but the CDC, the World Health Organization, even Fauci for that matter, are now saying that we shouldn't lock down, we shouldn't. So as I say, I don't know if that's absolutely, there's truth behind all of those clips, but just very interesting to see. But I'm not saying that things aren't happening. There's a massive, powerful drive for what, let's just say, the negative side wants to happen to humanity. So we've got to drive through, we've got to push through regardless. And I believe that the power of our intention, and as Daisy says, those trillions and trillions of prayers that get said when we work together like this and potentiate the quantum devices is extraordinary. And Daisy and Rita are working also daily on various aspects, and I'm sure you also are. As we said before, we get our own house in order, and it's almost worth it to run ourselves on a permanent basis too, because why not? We can. And we can actually ward off a lot of unknown, invisible toxins that we would, as I say, we wouldn't know about. When we set up a beautiful organ field around ourselves, there's a massive amount of protection. So it's just really, really, really powerful what we can do, and just to work with this absolute stream. So yeah, we've got this time. We at this turning point in humanity's evolution, and we're doing something. And you know, not in the sense where we are putting ourselves out there under threat. We're doing what we need to do in a very powerful way. So yeah, I'm very, very happy, and I'm ecstatic, and I'm sure many of you too. I just want to say an enormous thank you to the people who always come and who are always part of this, and we really are flying the flag. So yes, it's really, really good. It's really, really an incredible time. Anybody want to share anything regarding their findings? I know maybe what I do is just go through just a small methodology regarding the quantum therapists here that I see that are in the group. If you want to, just to see that we're doing similar things. So it's a question of putting humanity's immunity to COVID as the patient. We do need the same patient, okay? And then you leave the SOC out completely. You literally go to load the patient, right? Humanity. And then you can put in today's date. You can leave the beginning date from when we started. Apparently, Daisy said it doesn't matter. So you can choose on that. And then you literally close. You select, you modify, and you close. Then you're ready to start. You either get a biorhythm or you don't get a biorhythm. You calibrate and you run the risk factors. Okay. So then we already have beautiful information. And then how we run this thing. We do the Nelson report. We do the organ field. We do the prayer. We open up dictionary and iridology. We go back, we do the risk factors. We do minerals, amino acids, perverse energy, nutrition. We do the SAR codes. We go to NLP. We do the emotions. We do the neurotransmitters. So the emotions we copy down, and the values, the neurotransmitters, we go to the shaping function. And this is all recorded, so you'll get it. And then we put in the top 6. We put the rewards in. We bring the scale down to about 50. And then we engage. We go back. And then we will go to short SAR codes, unconscious choice, SAR code feedback, open up the organs of elimination. Then we go and run the 2 main universal programs. And that's already a lot. And then we go to NLP and we run the AFE programs. Sometimes I run the nutrition AFE program in nutrition because I like to while I'm charging the battery, I like to also nourish on the one hand and detox on the other hand. So sometimes I run the nutrition AFE. Then you go in and then you can choose also what you want to run. You can run a dispelling negatives, old patterns, removal of the past. You can even, before you go there, you can, in NLP, you can run unconscious search and you can ask for current blockages to humanity moving forward. And then whatever you get through there, you can go and run the AFE programs according to that. An emotional side, physical side, neurological side, spiritual side. And then remember, if you get an alien entity on board, you want to do the removal and continue, and then you want to go to dispel second wave karma on NLP and ascension stimulation on NLP, right? You want to close the gaps there. And then you can go to time therapies, and then you will see certain of the options are in bold. So I'm getting a lot of auto-psych, neurological repair, chronic fatigue. I'm getting a load of that, and I'm running it and running it and running it over the 24-hour period. I'll sometimes throw in feel good, and I'll sometimes throw in oxygen stimulation because I get a really good Baho breathing with oxygen stimulation. And then remember also what I've omitted to say is you open up the body viewer just before the universal program, okay? And then you can keep that running indefinitely too. And you can go in and you can run the aura cleanse, you can run the energy boosts, you can play around in body viewer quite a lot. So that's ongoing as well. Remember always to choose the unconscious choice with sacred geometry. Gives you a massive improvement in the Baho. So that's really good. I just want to see if I've answered what Paula was asking. If I click on time therapies to run indefinitely, does it work even if you change therapies? I mean, can multiple time therapies long-term work together? So what I do there, Paolo, is I will run, let's say I will run autopsych, and I'll get on with my day, and then I'll come back and a new one will have been bolded. So I stop the therapy, and then I click continuous run again, and I will go into neurological repair. Then I'll run that, and then I'll see suddenly chronic fatigue has arrived. So after a good couple of hours, I will then stop. I will therapy completed, okay, and then I will go back into continuous therapy, and I'll choose chronic fatigue, oxygen. And then I do repeated VAHO retests. I just want to know where I want to know where, like, what we call the turning point. Okay, we now know how to get the turning point onto 100 for all of them. It's so exciting. Get the pH at 7.4. It's just beautiful. Get the cell vitality up to 8, 9, and then we hang there. And then I do it for 24 hours. So when my one computer runs, now we all got that point about we can run 3 computers of one device. Okay, so you load the software, all right, on 3 computers. You're allowed to. I think you pay a couple of euros, if that. Okay, and it's so worth it because you can have yourself on one, you can have Huanity on another one, and you can be treating clients with your other one. My very sick clients, I will do their assessment and treatment, and then often I'll leave them on for 24 hours, and I'll keep checking their VAHO readings as well and checking what's happening. You can always go back and check your own risk factors. You can check the shaping function. You can check emotions, and that's good information for you. Right now, we're doing the work. And, you're welcome to please, and thank you, send me your VAHO before and afters. With the same patient, we should be kicking off with the same things. I'm just totally amazed that when we work with potentiate each other, we're working together, what a powerful readings we get. So you know what, guys, we put that to the test. It's absolutely awesome. In terms of verification and validation, Desi and a group of therapists in 2012, they worked with what could potentially have been a national disaster, a world disaster. There was some asteroid was about to hit the planet, and they're not taking full credit for it, but they are saying they did significantly contribute towards it. So I believe we are significantly contributing to what we're doing because we can measure it. And if we don't believe that we are, then we don't believe what we're doing. So we are contributing significantly. And there's supposed to be some other asteroid lurking as well. I'm not 100% up on every single thing, but let's just leave it there that we're raising humanity's immunity to the broader picture. So Wendy's asking for screenshots. Wendy, I think right now, in terms of we're all busy. I think that let's just do the VAHOs. What you started with, what you ended up with. I think when you get to 100, just send it through on the WhatsApp, and then we can see. So you reached 100 after 5 hours, 100. Paolo reached 100 after, 7 hours. Someone else after 10 hours. I think that's just useful information. I don't think it's really a test of a therapist working more effectively than another one, because we're all working on different aspects of the same pie. So depending on where we steered and guided to go, it's not a question of how quickly you get there. It's just a question of getting there. So that's just awesome. I keep calling people to come and join us, and so that's great. And I think let's just keep on. and also for our own good and our own sanity, because we need to, we need to be in our own quantum ship, I think, and steering it, being witness to what's happening, not being in what's happening. And I posted also in the 365 quantum group. I'm sure you're also finding this, and that is that a lot of people are getting triggered by things that they would not normally get triggered by, or would but wouldn't react in a certain way. And we can look at ourselves too. And it's good to witness it and be part of it and check our emotions. I'm constantly getting feedback from the AI on our devices about, keep the emotions in control, keep your emotions in control. So it's very easy right now to lose it, to get irritated. A lot of countries are already in red zone again, and people are petitioning against it and stuff. So yeah, it's going to be bumpy, as Desi said, but let's keep going forward. Unless anyone else has got anything to say, I'm gonna get on with my assessment. Let's keep ourselves in touch with what's going on, and sometimes we might get also strange readings, and let's also report on that, because maybe we can all learn as well, and maybe our devices are adapting too. Oh, sorry, there's one other thing that I just believe we must do. We must run the DNA, which means doing the trivector first and the DNA. Whenever you get that chance, right, we must do that, because this is where I see massive destruction. And we know it now. I've been saying it since March. This is an onslaught on our DNA. It's the wrong protein coded genetic fragment that's recognized by our cells, because it's made of human cell material. It slips straight in, and thanks very much, we just start reproducing the wrongly coded DNA, which is a foreign toxin to the body. We get a Herxheimer reaction to it. We get flu. All right. It can bring pain. It can bring distortion in the brain. It can bring all sorts of things. I mean, you just have to have a look and see what vaccinations do to people to see what a wrongly coded protein, DNA, RNA fragment can do. Slowly in the beginning, and more damage as we go along, as more and more cells are replicating with the wrongly coded DNA. So it's very serious. It's very, very serious. Okay. And the reports I've been listening to, and I'll give you the heads up on this, are talking about ormus and iodine to get, because it comes also, that fragment comes also with chemicals and other toxins as well, just like a vaccine does. So they're literally spraying a vaccine over us, if you want to know that. So they've already started spraying COVID-20 on the east coast of America. I think Wendy and me did talk about it. So we need to prevent ourselves with our devices, and I think with what we consume, with exercise, with infrared saunas, and oxygen. We've got to bring an extra oxygen sourcing, because we need a bit more than our lungs are currently providing. And that's mainly due to our not using our breathing apparatus properly, but also due to, a little bit of pollution. It's less than before, but it is still there. So we don't have, forest oxygen. Okay, so let's preserve ourselves. That's my view. Preserve our own DNA and work with the DNA programs on the device for ourselves and humanity, and run that homotoxicology panel as well. I don't know if you've got other favorite panels that you run. Let me know if you do. And then I think, yeah, we're doing good work. I think we need to also bring in the microbiomes, the live probiotics. Okay, get hold of that. Why? Why am I saying that? Because if you understand Enderlin and Beauchamp, right, the germ theory. So when a foreign protein, chemical toxins, heavy metal, uranium, plutonium, whatever it might be, invades the body through breathing, through food, through water, through the skin, our natural, peaceful bacteria, fungi, and yeasts will automatically, via a protosomatic mechanism in the blood, shape-shift into the aggressive form and work in the bloodstream and get called to where the foreign protein is and start helping the immune system get rid of the toxin, get rid of the foreign protein, get rid of uranium. It's exactly what happens when there's a big oil slick or when they're cleaning the sewers. They use a liquid probiotic and digestive enzymes, okay, because those organisms shape-shift automatically, just like a computer, into what's needed to go and clear up the oil slick. Right. So we do need protective, beneficial bacteria, fungi, and yeasts. And the best one I know is the 365 one, because I also upscale it. We do a double fermentation. We also put in microbes from blue-green algae, medicinal mushrooms, pollen, schizandra berry, kelp, paramagnetic rock dust, zeolite. So we're bringing in microbes that are not normally found in the normal certificate of analysis that comes with the product anyway. So although there's 80 to 120 live ones, we are bringing in even more upscaling. And also these organisms have the ability to produce other nutritional molecules that aren't even written about, aren't even in the textbooks, haven't even been seen. So the wisdom that these organisms bring into our body is infinite. And they work according to our body chemistry and our microbial blueprint. We have to have them. Right. I mean, mine's right here. I keep looking at it and I keep having swigs throughout the day. All right. Similarly, if somebody walks past you and they're on an antibiotic, your microbes try and hide, because those microbes at a distance can cause ours to get disturbed, you see. So, and they've proved this over distances. Okay, so we have to have a good stock of beneficial bacteria, fungi, and yeasts. Cross-section, kefir, kimchi, sauerkraut, kombucha, natto paste, if you can cope with it. That's the fermented soybean. I'm sorry, I can't. It's slime. Even if I put salt on it, it doesn't do it really for me. Anyway, when you look at the microbes under the microscope, there are a gazillion of electrons with lights on. It looks like a galaxy in movement under the microscope. The same thing with almost gold. It is a galaxy of electrons with lights on. Now imagine these little microbes inside you, the almost gold electrons inside us with lights on. Do you know what life force that is? Do you know what it's doing to us to raise our energy capacitance? It's huge. Okay. And then I love iodine. And I just want to share something with you today, which I found was amazing. So this gentleman comes to see me, and he's got 15 specialists working with him. 15! And he's going for one MRI after another, okay? And there's a problem with his blood. His platelets aren't clotting, and he's had this now since 2010, 10 years. And he's tired, he's dizzy, and his work's plummeted, obviously. His self-confidence, but also trust in his ability. He's walking, he feels he's going to fall over any moment and actually damage himself, okay? So we're going through, we're doing the quantum, and I see there the whole time it's telling me sodium chloride. The blood needs sodium chloride. It needs sodium chloride. It needs sodium chloride. And I'm thinking, like, what the heck? It's got to be stronger than salt. I say to him, do you put salt on your food? I'm like thinking of like basic questions. He says, yeah, no, he just eats normal salt, normal salt. So I say to him, because, your blood's really asking for sodium chloride. So in any case, now I'm also, this is the second one this week. I spoke of the other one on Monday. Slap him under the microscope. You see, put the blood under there. And I'm looking at this kaleidoscope of differently shaped blood cells. I'm seeing acidity. I'm seeing arteriosclerosis. I'm seeing parasites left, right, and center. And he's looking at this and he's going more and more and more and more pale. And he's getting up and he's getting closer and closer to the screen because I put it on my other screen so he could see. And he just said to me, nobody's got this close in 10 years. He said, I can't believe it. Anyway, so we saw all the stuff. We saw all the problems. The white blood cells were completely contaminated. They were nearly black, just to say. And then I suddenly hit it. The chlorine, okay, the cell vitality oxymineral drops that I use. There's your sodium hypochlorite. I had it in front of me. Sodium hypochlorite. Oh my gosh. And then I came across this article this week. Amazing, phenomenal. Talking about it's basically a medical breakthrough of something that's existed anyway. So I can actually just put the link out on our group for you. All right. So there I had the sodium chloride in the right molecular form, the right everything, exactly what his blood needs. I said to him, same time next week, same day, same time next week. I said, you've got a job. I said, you need to say goodbye to all those passengers that are not paying rent. And I said, these blood cells need to be almost perfect. I said, by the end of the month, they will be. But I said to him, you're charged now. I said, there's a powerful laser beam strike. I just used the same words to get the blood in order. I know I'm going to do it. I know I'm going to charge his battery. I know I'm going to charge the cell membrane. I know I'm going to get the potential right. I know I'm going to get oxygen and food in. I know I'm going to get waste and water out. You know what? It's like, what a privilege. So I'm sharing these gems with you. Yeah, and let's get going, I think. Okay. All right, everybody. Anything more to share? We've got what we need. We've got what we need. We've got what it takes. And I just thank you all. Okay. Good teamwork. Let's go for the next one. And you know what? We are being actually handsomely rewarded because we are getting the most amazing video recordings and information from Desi on a Saturday. You know, I mean, not in my wildest dreams did I think we were going to get this kind of information that we are getting. So it's absolute gold. So, you know, the universe has wonderful ways also of rewarding. Okay. A special thank you and huge love to all. Okay. Ciao. Drew, if you're still there, I'm here. I'm happy to chat. Are you there? Drew, I see you still there. Just to say and just to answer, everything shifts completely. So you will get, once you hit retest, you get a new set of risk factors. You get new set of emotions. You'll get a new set of homotoxicology readings. You will get a new set of minerals, a new set of amino acids, a new set of perverse energy, a new set of nutrients, different oriental medications, Ayurvedic medications, Bach flower recommendations, biowarfare, because we're shifting all the time. It's in virtual with our devices. It is auto-focusing for us. So long as we've done the calibration, it auto-focuses automatically for us. So yeah, just welcome, work with us, Drew. You know what you'll find is that the acute stresses get normalized quickest, and then you hit on the chronic, the blue ones, because we've got to get underneath the acute ones so that we can hit in on the chronic. Okay, so then when you we don't really go and kind of we don't go and retest in the 24. We don't. I'm trying to say, we don't run the calibration again and the 4-minute VAHOP thing again. We just move with the autofocus. So that's what we found works. It's absolutely fascinating. I mean, people like Poran and Paolo and Wendy and Elizabeth and let me just think who else works with us. We found this out. So yeah, we've been very pleasantly surprised at everything. So it will be a pleasure for you to join in with us. Yeah, and then as everything's becoming more, what do you call it, acute or accurate? I don't know about the word accurate, but the risk factor gaps close, for want of a better word. We close the risk factor gaps, and then the ability to cope with stress improves and everything. So we're really drilling down on humanity, and we're offering this umbrella, if you like. We're offering an umbrella cover to our beloved humanity, which we're in that umbrella cover any case. And I mean, I just love it, Drew, because I'm not party to any fraction on the planet right now. I just believe the importance, the greed, the envy, it's just rife. It is absolutely rife at the moment. So just reading between the lines and things, I'm not focusing on anything, and I'm just keeping, as I said to you, my quantum ship, if you like, going straight forward. I don't know, keeping still. I don't know if you've got anything to comment. Poran, it's so nice to see you. What are you saying? Oh. All right, so Drew, come on board. All right, I'll put you in the immune group. I know you've been wanting to join us anyway. Okay, I want to actually get going on my assessment as well. Let me just see here. Maybe there's a message from Daisy. Hold on a sec. I just said to her that we had a great send-off, and that I hope that she was looking after herself. I know they're doing lots and lots of work. Listen, guys, we've got to stop these vaccination concentration camps. We've got to stop these vaccinations, and the only way we're going to do that is to wake up humanity, make humanity more and more aware. I believe protect the people that are speaking out. Like Dr. Carey, there's a couple of them that are absolute gold, and we've got to just offer protection to ourselves and all of these people that are speaking out. Okay, so if that's your powerful prayer of intention. That's great. Okay, wonderful. Okay, we're all in this. Okay, so then Saturday we will we'll do it again. Okay, well, straight after Daisy's presentation, I'm sure she's going to do nutrition again. It's a very large subject. Okay. Second time. Ciao.